Ahmed Tinubu has told governors to stop building unnecessary flyovers. Stop building unnecessary flyovers. Flyovers will not improve the livelihood of the people that you are governing. Flyovers will not put food on the table. Flyovers will not reduce the prices of food, food stuff in your states. Focus on quality of life. And I want to thank the president for coming out boldly, to tell the Olu Ibadan of Ibadan land, Oba Rashidi Ladoja, to tell other state governors, because Tinubu was comparing what they used to collect those days when he was governor of Lagos State, and even Rashidi, Oba Rashidi Ladoja was also a former governor of Oyo State. So Tinubu was discussing with the royal leader, with the traditional leader in Ibadan, that what the governors are collecting today is tripled, is even quadrupled to what they were collecting those days when they were governors. So he has told the governors to stop building unnecessary flyover. This was what Wike was doing when he was governor of Rivers State. This was what Wike commissioning roads, Mr. Project commissioning roads, 10 kilometer this, 5 kilometer that, flyover this, all these things. Yes, infrastructure is good. Infrastructure is one of the sign of development in the society. But the question I've always been asking is that these flyovers that you are building, these roads that you are building or you are constructing, these roads that you are putting in place, if the people do not have money to buy fuel, there is no economic upliftment in the lives of the people. How would they ply these roads that you are building? How would they ply the roads, the flyovers, that you are constructing, that you are inaugurating, launching, kicking off, the construction of this 10 kilometer road, 5 kilometer road, 16. These things are just a pipe for to channel waste. So yes, the president has called on the governors now that they should stop building unnecessary flyovers, because if the president can come out to make such statements to the governors, that means these governors, they've not been doing anything since 2023 when he assumed power, since 2023 when he was sworn in. These governors, they are not actually channeling the funds they are receiving on a monthly basis to the right source, to the right places, to the right people. When you collect money, or when you collect money, all you do with that money is is to do roads, is to construct bridge of unnecessary flyovers. These things are just a waste of money, just to siphon, to divert money to other things that are not necessary. So I'm glad that the president said this yesterday, and it is a wake-up call to governors across the 36 states of the federation. Focus more on the immediate things. And what are those immediate things? Improving the quality of life of people, cleaning up the environments, reducing flood. We are not saying that no country in this world is immune to flood, but when there is excess of it, the buck stop on the table of the governors. So the governors need to start looking for ways to improve the lives of people in their state. Security is another key issue. It's another thing that the president mentioned. Security must be tackled in Nigeria. Security must be tackled in the states. So I don't know what the governors are doing with all the monthly allocations they've been receiving, since subsidy was suspended, since subsidy was abolished on May 29, 2023. All right. So what I'll be doing this morning is I will be taking us through how much these governors have been receiving since 2023. If the president can wake up to I think it has gotten it is irritating now for the president. Commission flyovers, commission this, even the president, even the minister of the Federal Capital Territory, beautifying roads. What does it? What is the meaning of that? What's the meaning of that? How many markets have been built so far by these state governors for women and for traders to trade? How many markets? So we need intervention projects now. Flyover is not an intervention project. We need intervention projects. We need projects. We need things. We need the governors to start doing things that will improve the lives of, that will improve the quality of life of those people they are governing. Provide grants for traders, for market women. Provide grants. Give them grants. To those roadside mechanics. Call them. What do you need to enhance your trade? What do you need to enhance your mechanic workshop? There are many intervention projects that these governors can embark upon that will improve the lives of the people. Even the man that's selling pure water along the roadside, the man that is hawking granules, the ladies hawking granules, these are people that improve the economy of the nation. So we need traders, we need market women, traders to be empowered. We need farmers. What is the data of farmers in Borno State? What is the data of farmers in Akwa Ibom State? What is the data of farmers in Lagos State? What is the data of farmers across the country? And call these farmers, hear from them. Hear from them. So these are the things that the governors should be doing. Injecting funds in the life of traders, so that they can scale their businesses. Making life more meaningful for them. Easing transportation fare in Lagos State is on the high. So how can you put more buses on the road so that on a Monday morning during rush hour you will not see stranded motorists along at bus stops? So we need more mass transit in Lagos State. We need more mass transit in other states. So these are the things that the president is talking about. Improve the quality of life of your people. Now, under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, monthly allocations to Nigerian state governors through the Federal Account Allocation Committee (FAAC) have more than doubled. And in some cases tripled, surging from roughly 343 billion in May 2023 to over 759 billion mid-2026. This massive jump followed major policy decisions, specifically the removal of petrol subsidy and the unification of the exchange market. Now, listen to this, listeners. Listen to this. May 2023, the total monthly allocation distributed to the 36 state governors stood at roughly 343.08 billion, just as the new administration took office in May 2023. Mid to late 2023, following the removal of petrol subsidy, total gross FAAC disbursement to state and local governments climbed dramatically, totaling 6.57 trillion for the whole of 2023 compared to the lower prior figures. States also received interment federal palliatives, including 2 billion initially and extra infrastructure support fund around 7 billion per state to cushion subsidy effect. So when the president announced that subsidy is gone, the states were not left, stranded, the president gave each state 7 billion. What was that for? To cushion the subsidy effect. So during that time, you could hear, some governors increasing worker salary, from what they used to pay them to, a commensurate amount. Now, sustained growth and record inflows. In 2024, monthly revenues shared across the three tiers of government regularly surpassed 1 trillion to 1.5 trillion naira, drastically raising baseline funds available to state chief executive compared to previous years. May to June 2025, total monthly distributable revenue hit higher milestone. By March 2025, state governors collected 577.84 billion, and by June 2025, a record 1.818 trillion naira total pool was shared, giving individual states, listen to this, individual states a floor of no less than 25 billion collectively in monthly inflows, depending on the revision metrics. Late 2025, total cumulative disbursements to states governors for just an 8-month window, January to August 2025, reached 4.58 trillion naira, led by all producing beneficiaries like Delta. Delta collected 423.85 billion, and Rivers collected 388.76 billion naira between January and August 2025. So, the president is right. The president is bold. The president, in all justification, in all manners, has the right to instruct, to urge the state governors to suspend the construction of flying overs, unnecessary flying overs, and to focus on improving the lives of the people in their states. Now, in early 2026, President Tinubu noted publicly that the state allocations, listen to this, President Tinubu noted publicly that the state allocations had tripled compared to historical figures, stating that a state which previously receives 40 billion now routinely pocketed up to 120 billion. This is monthly allocation, monthly 120 billion cumulatively over adjusted periods. Between May to June 2026, total monthly revenue shared from April and May receipts crossed new bounds, with the FAAC distributing 2.257 trillion naira and 2.300 trillion naira respectively from the May 2026 revenue shared in June to the 36 state government. The 36 state government received a combined total of 759.141 billion naira, meaning individual non-state oil now average upward to 15 to 20 billion monthly, while high revenue and oil derivation states like Lagos and Delta draw significantly higher. So the records are there, the facts are there, the figures are there, and the question is, what these state governors, what are they doing with these humongous, bogus monthly allocations? And all they can do, all what is in their head, all what they can think about, okay, is to do roads, construct flyovers. I'm quoting the president now, unnecessary flyovers. This was what came out from the mouth of the president. Unnecessary flyovers, which means there are better things to do with money. There are better things to do with the allocations going to the various state governors. than channeling it into something that will not benefit their people. If you have poor residents in your state, how would they buy cars? Where would they get money to afford a car to ply these bridges, these flyovers that you are constructing? Or are these flyovers for birds to perch? These flyovers that you are constructing, are they for ghosts to ply on at night? These flyovers, are they for angels? These flyovers, are they meant for only you and your entourage when you are visiting a particular location in your state? These flyovers that you are constructing, which the president said they are unnecessary, who are you doing them for? If you've not improved the lives of your people in your states, who will apply these flyovers that you are constructing? Who will make use of them? Who will make use of them? If I can't fuel my car, if I don't have money to go for office, if I don't have money to go to the office, how would the bosses ply these flyovers that you are commissioning, that you are constructing? So that means that since Bola Ahmed Tinubu came into power, all what these governors have been doing, they are just using the money for things that will not impact the lives of the people in their states. That's what it means. It can be interpreted in so many ways. This thing is coming from the president. It's not me. It's not from the media. The president told the Ladoja that he should tell the governors they should stop building unnecessary flyovers and focus on improving the lives of the people and security as well. Security. The constitution does not say that the governor is the governor. The constitution does not say that the police command in all the state government, in all the states, are not answerable to the governors. The governors, they are the chief security officers in their state. The police command are there for you to make use of. Because in every state, the governors will have access to the military. The governor will have access to the navy. The governor will have access to the air force. The governor will have access to the police and other security agencies in their states, the DSS. So these security agencies, the governors have access to them. Use them. Don't say because there is no state police you are limited. No, the governors cannot be limited. The governor can put a call to the GOC in his state. The governor can put a call to the police commissioner in his state. The governor can put a call, to the comptroller general. Maybe the custom, the civil defense. So the governor have access to all the security agencies in the state, to all the leadership of the security agencies in his state. So why is it that most states, they lack security? Why is it that most states, they lack infrastructure? Why is it that in most states you will find a high number of school children who are not in school, they are at home? So the governors, the development of this country rests squarely on the governors, rests squarely on the local government chairman. Now that there is autonomy for the local government, for all the 777, all the 774 local governments, in the states, they are now autonomous. They have the right to control. Money is coming to the local governors. They are coming directly from the federal government. Unlike before, the money will pass through the government, the state governors, before the state governors send it to the local government. But now, monies are now coming to the local government areas straight from the federal accounts, so that local government chairman cannot say, the money we are receiving is not much. No, you don't have an excuse now for not doing what you are supposed to do, for not bringing development to the grassroots. You don't have an excuse now, because the thing that has been hindering you, the obstacles that were there years ago, that bureaucratic bottleneck has been removed. You don't have excuse. You don't have excuse. The other day I was passing through from Alakija to Festac, inside from the first gate at Alakija. From the beginning of first gate, Alakija, that Alakija inside Festac to the end of the main of the second gate, excuse me, of the third gate at Agboju. That road is an eyesore. I say, is this Festac town? We have a local government chairman in this area. Until motorists, until people in that community, until Festac residents have until they've suffered for so long, that is when the local government chairman or whoever is responsible for fixing that road, started using tractors to remove the debris on the road. And I say, my God. And there is a local government secretariat in Festac. Look at the road. Look at the deplorable state of road in this Festac town. I almost shed tears when I was passing through that corridor two weeks ago, and it took us more than 20 minutes while I was on a tricycle. More than 20 minutes between Alakija Festac to Alakija Mazamaza. It took us more than 20 minutes. This is just a route that within 5 minutes from Alakija inside Festac to the third gate, the first gate, because when you're coming from my 2 is the first gate, the second gate is at Agboju, then the third gate is at Alakija. This is something that will not take on a free day. Will not take you 5 minutes, but we took 20 minutes because we had to maneuver, all the debris there. It's not even the debris that caused it. Is even before tractors were brought in on that road. That road has been in a deplorable state. And we had the local government chairman who was there for 8 years, and another local government chairman who started another regime. Must we wait for road to be in a bad shape before we do something about it? When you started spotting a pothole on roads, that is when that road will become bad. You fix it. Because our maintenance culture in this country is bad. Leaders will lack maintenance culture. Our maintenance culture in this country is bad. And that is one of the things that is pulling us backward in this country. Because when there's a pothole, when there's a pothole on the road, they will not do anything concerning it. When that pothole is increasing, is expanding, weakening the structure of that road, then you see cars avoiding it. After they've avoided it, that is when traffic will be piling up. So we governors and the local government chairman, you people have a lot of work to do. The development of this country, of the state, rests squarely on the governors, and grassroots development rests squarely on the local government. The president cannot tour on all the states. That is why there are subnationals. That is why there is governors in the states. That is why there is local government chairman. The president cannot go to all the states to monitor development. That is why there are governors. And also in the local government, the governor cannot go around to all the local government in his state. That is why there are local government chairmen. So I am looking forward to a time when the president will sit all the 36 state governors of the federation, where the president will sit them down, and tell them what is expected of them to do. These governors, they need to start working. They've not been doing anything at all. So that is why there's still poverty in the land. That is why there's still, lack of quality healthcare in the country. That is why we still have millions of school children out of school. Because the leaders, they are not doing what is expected of them to do. But they can budget money for SUVs. They can build houses, for judges. They can buy SUVs for local government chairman, for lawmakers. They can buy SUV for lawmakers in their states' houses of assemblies. Whereas the people that you are called to lead, the people that you are called to govern, they live in penury. They live in abject poverty. When there is a little rain, the whole street is flooded. The whole community is deserted. The whole community is ravaged with flood. I saw a video the other day, the Benin Ore Road, covered with flood. And we have governors in this state. We have Minister of Works, who is busy constructing roads. Whereas there are roads in states there are federal roads in state that are supposed to be fixed. That was what Peter Obi was saying the other day. There are bad roads in this state. Why not fix this bad road first before you start putting on another roads, before you start constructing another roads? Road that they are supposed to fix. This east-west road that we're hearing right from the time of Jonathan is still dilapidated the way it has always been. And we say we have a Minister of Works and Infrastructure. All right, Lagos. Yes, the president cannot say more than what he has said. It is now left for the governors to do what is expected of them to do. It is now left for the governors to do what is expected of them to do. Stop building unnecessary flyovers. It is now out from the horse's mouth. So we expect the governors to start acting, but will they do it? Where is the time? Because election is less than a year from now. Election is less than a year from now. It is 9:47 a.m. here on Overt Radio. This is how far I can go this morning. 10 o'clock, Bukola Olowolafe will be here for the news update. Don't go anywhere, listeners. This is Overt Radio. That comes an end for the breakfast show here. I thank all our listeners for listening to us, for spending your breakfast time here with us since the hour of 8 o'clock. And we also want to thank our sponsor, Life Back Pharmacy and Stores Limited, marketers of Ogama QS Malaria Medicine. All right, Lagos, Monday promises to be an exciting time with you here on Overt Radio. Don't go anywhere. Keep listening to Overt Radio. Stay tuned. Stay blessed.